Welcome to Melanated Moments with Erica, a sacred space curated with guided meditation and impartations for your journey as a melanated woman pursuing wellness in the present moment and beyond. Join Erica St. Bernard, a licensed marriage and family therapist, as together you build capacity for curious exploration that inspires wellness in ways that amplify authentic living. Allow melanated moments to be a part of your holistic journey to be well, live well, and love well.
Greetings, melanated woman. Welcome to Melanated Moments. I am Erica St. Bernard, and I'm so glad you're here. I invite you to join me for a moment of sacred pause and breath. Before we get started, grab your journaling tools of preference so you can note your experience. I'll be here when you return if you need to pause the audio. Welcome back. I'd like to invite you to settle into your space and allow your body to soften as you feel the chair supporting you. You might press the soles of your feet onto the floor or wiggle your toes as you allow your hands to rest, one on your chest and the other on your belly, or maybe both hands are in your lap, or you allow your arms to fall by your sides. I invite you to make yourself comfortable wherever you are as you choose to close your eyes or soften your gaze as you lower your eyes to the floor. I invite you to notice your breath. Bring your attention to your inhale and exhale. Simply notice what happens when you turn your attention to your breath. Take a few more natural breaths. Now I invite you to join me in a series of deep breaths. Inhale deeply through your nose and hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Then exhale fully through your mouth longer than your inhale. Inhale deeply through your nose and hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Then exhale longer than your inhale. Inhale deeply through your nose and hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Then exhale longer than your inhale. Inhale deeply through your nose, holding for 4, 3, 2, 1. Then exhale longer than your inhale. Inhale deeply through your nose what you'd like to receive. And hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Then exhale longer than your inhale what you'd like to release. In the last few weeks, I've been scrolling on social media, and 2 posts stopped me in my tracks. One was celebrating a woman for handling her business while going through a divorce, raising 3 kids, finishing a degree, and starting in her career. All with a smile. The comments were full of Black girl magic energy. And that's how we get it done. The next post was a woman talking about wanting a soft life, asking for support, setting boundaries, prioritizing rest, and pursuing joy. The comments were different, mixed, some supportive, but others questioning if she was being too soft or forgetting where she came from. It got me to thinking, why do we feel that we have to choose between being whole and being well-resourced? This concept of being well-resourced was introduced to me by a dear friend and colleague, Rakita Lillard Brown of Hollis Tree. She's also the curator of the Sweet Life Society, and you should check it out. There will be a link in the show notes. In conversation, we've spoken about the sense that for some, wanting to experience ease, pleasure, and softness can sometimes feel like betrayal of our sacred identity, particularly as Black women and women of melanated hues. In addition, we've discussed the value of honoring the totality that carried and framed the existence of our ancestors, while also giving ourselves permission to rest, to receive, and to be held. Because of the hardships of carrying expectations that weren't ours in the first place, we get to come up with alternative ways of being that align with who we are and that actually work for our lives now. Today, we're talking about navigating that beautifully complex space betwixt and between wholeness and softness, and why we don't have to choose. For the sake of our conversation, wholeness is an inherent state of being, and fullness is an active measure of abundance and capacity. You see, wholeness is the foundation, and fullness is the result. Here's a scripture that speaks to me often. It's found in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 11, verse 28. Reads, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." Jesus spoke these words to people who were carrying heavy loads, religious expectations, cultural pressures, and survival demands. Sounds like somebody I know, and maybe you know her too. Notice that Jesus didn't say carry it better or be stronger. Instead, Jesus invites us to come and rest. Here's another scripture for reference. From Proverbs 31, verse 25, it reads, "She is clothed with strength and dignity. She can laugh at the days to come." The Proverbs 31 woman is resolute. She's capable and hardworking. But notice that she can laugh at the days to come. And that's not the laugh of someone who's grinding herself into the ground. That's the laughter of someone who knows her worth, trusts her foundation, and has joy in her journey. Both scriptures are true, and both are for you and I as God's sacred daughters. You can be whole and full and rest. You can be capable and ask for help. You can honor your legacy of resilience and create a life that is well resourced with ease and joy. These are not opposites, they're integration. Let's talk for a moment about what we inherited, because our wholeness and fullness isn't random. It's generational and it's divine. Our grandmothers and great grandmothers survived things that would crush most people. They did what they had to do to survive and to make sure that we could thrive. That resilience is in our DNA. That sacred wholeness is part of our heritage. And we honor it each and every time we face challenges with courage, every time we push through barriers, and every time we refuse to give up on our dreams. But here's what I want you to know. They were resilient because they had to be. And as well-resourced women, we get to choose when and how we will show up in our wholeness and our fullness. The always have it together expectation served our community for a long time. It carried us through impossible circumstances. But like any other expectation, it becomes limiting if we can't adjust it when we don't need it any longer. Think about it. When you're always in survival mode, you miss opportunities to thrive. When you're always rescuing others, you forget to receive care yourself. When you're always proving your capability, you miss the joy that comes from knowing you don't have to prove anything. The goal is never to abandon your wholeness. It's to embrace your wholeness while also embracing your right to be well resourced. Now let's talk about soft life, because I think this concept gets misunderstood. Soft life isn't about being lazy or entitled, and it's not about abandoning responsibility or expecting everything to be handed to you. Soft life is about intentionally creating ease, joy, and peace in your daily experience. It's about choosing relationships that add to your life instead of drain. It's setting boundaries that protect your energy and your time. It's creating income streams that don't require you to sacrifice your health or sanity. It's asking for help when you need it instead of grinding alone. It's prioritizing pleasure, rest, and joy as necessities, not luxuries. Here's what's beautiful about this. A soft life requires incredible wisdom and sacred woman energy. It takes courage to say no to things that don't serve you. It takes wholeness to disappoint people who are used to you saying yes to everything. It takes sacred woman confidence to invest in yourself when others are used to you investing in everyone else. For those of you in romantic partnerships, whether dating, engaged, or married, this balance shows up powerfully in how you relate to your partner. You can be a whole, capable, sacred woman and expect your partner to show up fully for the relationship. You can handle your own challenges and be well resourced and supported when you need it. You don't have to choose between being complete in yourself and being in partnership. The right partner will celebrate your wholeness and ensure that you are well resourced within and beyond the relationship. So, how do you find balance between wholeness and softness? I'm glad you asked. How do you honor your heritage while ensuring you are well resourced? I have some integration points. Number one, know your seasons. There are seasons that require more of your energy. Career transitions, family crisis, health challenges. There are seasons that invite more softness, times of growth, celebration, and deep rest. Learn to recognize which season you're in and make adjustments as necessary. Integration point two, redefine wholeness. True wholeness isn't just endurance. It's also knowing when to rest, when to ask for help, when to receive care. The most resilient trees are the ones that bend with the wind instead of fighting until they break. Point three, practice sacred softness. Start small. Choose one area of your life where you can create more ease. Maybe it's hiring someone to clean your house. Maybe it's saying no to that committee that drains you. Maybe it's letting your partner cook dinner without hovering to help. Integration point four, surround yourself with people who can hold both. You need people in your life who can celebrate your accomplishments and who can hold space when you're vulnerable, who can see your wholeness as beautiful and create safety for your tenderness. Integration point five, remember that ease is sacred. Creating a beautiful, peaceful, joyful life honors the sacrifices of the women who came before you by actually enjoying the freedom they fought to experience and provide. This week, I invite you to reflect on the following. Where in your life are you over functioning when you could be better resourced? 2, what would change if you believed you deserved both wholeness and being well resourced? 3, how can you honor your heritage of resilience while creating space for joy and rest? In your relationships, whether they're romantic, familial, or friendship, where do you need to practice better balance between your sacred woman wholeness and being well resourced? Beloved, you are not betraying your ancestors by wanting a beautiful, lush, and peaceful life. You are honoring their sacrifice by actually receiving what they fought to possess. Your wholeness is beautiful. Your softness is powerful. You get to be both, and you get to choose when and how you show up in each. In keeping with the theme of being well-resourced women, I want to share that there is a conversation that has needed to happen for a long time about Black women who lead, who carry the team, the household, the community, the vision, and has been told her whole life that her strength is a superpower. And it is, but strength was never meant to be the only thing we have access to. Somewhere between being the strong Black woman and living the soft, sweet, well-resourced life we deserve, there is a gap. And that gap has gone undocumented for far too long. At the Table can begin to fill this gap with the research and conversation series. The initiative is gathering the voices of Black women in leadership and building a nationally co-published cultural report documenting what we actually want and need to be truly well-resourced. Not what organizations assume, but what we say when someone finally asks. Please visit hollistree.com/@the-table to learn more about the survey and to have your voice included in this great work. For my Maryland residents seeking support as you create healthy relationship patterns that center your wellness, visit the link in show notes to schedule a therapy consultation. For my global community wanting coaching as you build wholeness while being well-resourced, visit the link in show notes to schedule your Sacred Authenticity call. And don't forget to join our Melanated Moments community for our Sacred Sunday messages that arrive to your inbox with encouragement for your journey. The link to sign up is in the show notes. Beloved, you are whole enough and full enough to be soft and well-resourced. Both are yours to claim. Be well, live well, love well.
Thank you for listening to Melanated Moments with Erica. This podcast is brought to you by Your Life's Well, leaders in individual, marriage, and family therapy since 2017. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to our show on Apple or Spotify. To stay up to date with Melanated Moments, follow us on Instagram or Facebook at Your Life's Well, or visit us at yourlifeswell.com. Stay tuned for our next episode of Melanated Moments with Erica. Until then, we invite you to stay well, live well, and be well.